No. What was your first impression?
Wow, I can't believe there's this like hidden gem within Bellingham.
Swimming through a sea of people.
This is the place I want to come hang out.
I was kind of taken back. Holy crap, it's really hot in here.
I really like the paintings on the wall, the big psychedelic eyeball. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Make.Shift was kind of like a shining beacon of being able to like book shows.
I got to Bellingham about a year ago, and this was one of my first stops in town, and I was like, oh, this must be where the artsy people hang out. So I wanted to come hang out more.
Make.Shift is an art space which function is to serve artists in the Bellingham community, bands, visual artists, and appreciators of art in an all ages capacity.
It's the communities that make the spaces. These art spaces, a space like Make.Shift, for example, exists because there's a need within a community for it to exist. There's a need to have affordable artist studios, and there's a need to have art gallery where we can show artists' work.
All ages shows are so important, and it's hard to articulate why, because it's like, I remember my first show, I remember going to shows when I was in high school, I remember how important that is, because there's a certain element of independence that you gain from having your own taste in music and having your own way to express that and also absorb that in a live music setting. And I think having a lack of space for kids that aren't 21 to see music really changes kind of the fundamental process of how you come into your own and how you kind of create your own identity and decide who you are and how you want to fit in the world. And I think music has a huge part in that, whether it's making music, listening to it, same with art, making it art, one of those things that has a huge value, and that's why I love Make.Shift.
Crazy is like the norm for Make.Shift. Like, that's not a thing you can say about every DIY space or every all ages space.
Make.Shift is important to the community because it connects a lot of the people who have similar interests to give a real sense of like a group that you are a part of, rather than just like kind of working as a singular band or a singular artist and like trying to find people to listen to your music. You have a place you can go to and be like, hey, everyone that's in this group that I'm a part of, check this out.
Yeah, it's a space to express yourself in
On
a way.
It gives artists who might have not otherwise had a space to do their art somewhere to do that, like for cheap and easily accessible. And if there's not a space to make your art, then you can't create.
And you don't have to be 21.
You can't really like get a really blacked out drunk person engaged in like whatever it is that you're doing. And I think like with the Make.Shift, though like there isn't like a lot of social lubrication with like maybe alcohol or drugs or whatever, people are like present and they're like in the moment and with it. And I feel like I can put something in front of people's faces and they'll like take it in and actually like respond to it. Make.Shift is like this house show space that's just dedicated to shows. Like it feels like a home here. I feel cozy and like okay with messing up and comfortable with like talking to my audience. And it doesn't even feel like an audience, it just feels like a bunch of friends that are kind of gathered. And I knew that like they were gonna be supportive and understanding, even though I had like half-done visuals and like a set that was like really rough.
Like I've said it before, but it's like probably my favorite venue to play, like period. It's just like really, really fun. People they have a really good time there, and they always
like get really into it.
I definitely go for like the upbeat, like high energy numbers at like playing like Make.Shift.
Almost always, every time I've been the person who books the show or is running the show is also watching every band or working door or being very involved in the whole thing, which is really nice.
I grew up with always music. First off, it made me want to be a musician, and you also learn a lot of like how to be a good person. Pretty much the ethics behind it is just like treat others the way you want to be treated. Like that's awesome.
There's something to be said about going to the shakedown and like the vibe and what going to a show there is like. But I think it's important that not to be discriminatory against people for their age, and I think that it's helpful to be able to give people with all like experiences an opportunity to share them with other people.